Hey there! If you're gearing up for an interview as a permit specialist, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to walk you through some of the most common questions you might face and how to tackle them with confidence. Let's dive right into it with our first question. Can you share an experience where you had to explain a complex permit requirement to someone without a technical background? This question is all about understanding how well you can communicate technical information to people who may not be familiar with the jargon. Here are a few tips to help you craft a strong response. Clearly identify the complex requirement. Use simple language and steer clear of jargon. Utilize analogies or examples to make your explanation clearer. Engage with the stakeholder by inviting their questions. Wrap up with a summary of the key points. Now, let's take a look at an example answer to bring these tips to life.
In my previous role, I had to explain a complex zoning permit to a community group. I broke down the main requirements into easily understandable points and used a map to illustrate how the changes would impact their neighborhood. After my explanation, I invited questions to make sure everyone was on the same page.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for permit specialists. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Tell me about a time when you spotted a potential issue with a permit application. How did you handle it? This question is designed to assess your problem-solving skills and attention to detail. Let's explore some strategies for answering this effectively. Start with a specific example from your experience. Clearly explain the issue and its potential impact. Detail the steps you took to address it. Highlight the outcome and any lessons learned. Discuss how this experience improved your skills. Here's an example to illustrate how you might structure your response.
In my last position, I noticed a missing zoning compliance document in a commercial permit application. I promptly contacted the applicant and provided a checklist to ensure all necessary documents were submitted. This approach allowed us to resolve the issue swiftly, resulting in an approval without delays. It taught me the importance of thorough documentation checks.
Describe a time when you worked as part of a team on a consultation or application. What role did you play? This question helps the interviewer understand your ability to collaborate effectively within a team. Here are a few pointers to help you share a compelling story. Identify a specific project and your role within the team. Highlight your contributions to the application process. Mention any challenges faced and how you helped overcome them. Emphasize the outcome and what you learned about teamwork. Keep your response concise and focused on your actions. Let's see what a solid answer might look like.
In my previous job, I was part of a team tasked with submitting a permit application for a new construction project. I was responsible for gathering and analyzing data to support our case. We faced delays due to missing information, but I facilitated communication with local agencies to resolve these issues. Ultimately, we submitted the application ahead of schedule.
When faced with an incomplete permit application, what steps would you take to ensure it gets processed? This question assesses your decision-making skills and ability to manage the application process effectively. Let's go over some steps to guide your response. Review the application to identify missing information. Promptly contact the applicant to request the missing documents. Provide clear instructions on what needs to be submitted. Set a deadline for resubmission to keep things on track. Document all communications for future reference. Now, here's an example of how you can frame your answer.
I would start by reviewing the application to identify the missing information. Then I would reach out to the applicant, clearly outlining what they need to provide. I'd also set a deadline for them to submit the missing information, ensuring the process moves efficiently.
How would you deal with a situation where a project manager is urging you to speed up a permit process that isn't compliant yet? This question evaluates your ability to manage stakeholder expectations while ensuring compliance. Consider these strategies when formulating your response. Acknowledge the project manager's urgency while highlighting the importance of compliance. Clearly explain the compliance requirements and the risks of rushing. Suggest alternative solutions or timelines to keep the project on track. Offer to collaborate with the project manager for a balanced approach. Maintain open communication and document all discussions for transparency. Let's take a look at how you might answer this question.
I would acknowledge the project manager's urgency, but explain the compliance requirements clearly, emphasizing that meeting these is crucial for the project's success. Then I'd propose a timeline that allows compliance while exploring any expedited options available.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.